Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap Live. This is our regular monthly session for May 2020. Today is Wednesday, May the 6th, and I don't know what photo I'm going to use, and I don't know what kit I'm going to use, and we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants here. If anybody
Sounds like a
has
plan.
any kits they want to see shown off, I may or may not have them in my stash already. Uh, let's see. I did download just Jaimee's Storyteller for May. I haven't unzipped it yet, but that may be a good one. I'll go ahead and start extracting that while we see if anybody has any suggestions.
Michelle says we could switch to Pictionary.
Yeah,
Lisa,
let's
that's
do
me with
something
every
different.
challenge. Yeah, that's kind of how I start out most of the time. I go, what feels good?
Yeah, you just don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my library here. Oh, and look at the cat. She's always giving comfort. Always giving the comfort to the peoples.
Oh, and everybody has sound now. Yay!
Yay. All right. I'm waiting to see what's in this Storyteller, and then I may end up just using it.
Mm.
But it's big.
They usually are.
Yes, this is true.
Just saying.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there are hundreds of elements. So we'll see.
Like those ones. They are cute pics.
This is
Michelle
my.
says,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Michelle says one of the favorite things she purchased this weekend is the Perkaholic by Micheline. She loves the rainbow color. You know how many coffee kits I have, Michelle, and I don't drink coffee because I love the other papers
Yeah.
and stuff that are in them.
Yes, this is my great niece Clara, and this is her cat Ollie that she just picks up and carries around, and he's very docile. And she likes to stroll him around, and he sits there quietly, and he lets her move around.
He just
He's so
lets
cute. He's just like, okay. I mean, some cats would just scratch the pee-noonie out
Oh
of you,
yeah.
and not this one. He's very handsome, and look, he's got on his little bow tie. I have another good one of him when he was laying in the sun, and he just looks like he's smiling. I think I showed these off the other day. Sorry, he's so cute, I can't help it. Okay, let's look at the elements
Look
in
at
this
that
Storyteller.
guy. Also by his Life of Purpose. I don't know
Okay,
that I've seen that.
Blossom, Everyday Happenings, Hello May. Oh, it's Mother's Day. How about we go to Mother's Day from last year? That would be a happy thing to remember. Yeah,
I like it.
I like it a lot.
My husband work Mother's Day, which makes sense because the nurse moms are all off.
Right.
But
Still.
so I said, you better have Father's Day off. He's like, no, then they'll have to, honor their husbands. I said, that's the way this works.
Nope.
One.
Okay. All righty. So let's see.
The good way. People said for Mother's Day they just wanted to be able to enjoy NSD and make their families go away.
Right.
So sounds like a pretty good plan.
Okay. So usually what happens for Mother's Day is my sister's birthday is tomorrow, the 7th. And so often we'll end up combining them. And this is my sister's meal of choice. Fried pork chops with tomato gravy and rice. And then my mom usually does some fresh veggies. These are zipper peas and fresh cream corn. And then she had made strawberry jam from the fresh strawberries that were in, and then she makes fresh biscuits.
I was going to say,
And
that's homemade strawberry jam.
oh yes, everything is
Wow.
homemade. And so if you know my mom, she will feel pretty terrible and still cook. So she feels so bad right now that she is not cooking Saturday, and we are getting pizza.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I was like, okay, Mom does not feel good. Oh, the other
No.
bad news. This particular area in my mom's yard, which is where my husband proposed to me, during the storms that came through a couple of weeks ago, we had a tornado and some straight line winds that did a lot of damage, and it got destroyed. Pooped. Just like
Never rains, it
pooped.
pours. Yeah, I can't admit it bad. I agree with Lisa,
Yeah.
though, that food looked really good. I'm sad about the yard, but man, the food looked good.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna scrap
Aw,
this
that's a
happy
cute
picture
picture.
of us. Yeah. All right. Let's see if I need to do some little too warm. Ooh, that went way warm, didn't it? Okay. Let's bring that down to just a little bit more. And basically, all I'm doing is just having Lightroom do some auto adjust. So I just click for white balance. I'll have it do an auto, and then I'll pull it up or down. That's why it says custom right now. So because I've actually customized it from that. So, but we're going to go with this one. And
Is that
export
where
that.
you had everything set up and handed Jay the camera and said, just click? Or did somebody take those photos?
Actually, these are selfies.
Wow.
Yes, so I love my camera, man. It's just killer. And the other day, and I find myself doing this a lot. I don't even use my mirrorless much anymore. Let me find these photos really quick.
You're using your phone instead?
I'm using my phone. Just using my phone. So Jay and Teresa, wanted to give a canvas to their mom with photos of the two of them together. And it's taken a second to load, sorry. There we go. There, can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So we just went down to the water the other day, and I just took a bunch of pictures of them. Yeah. So, and this was just with my phone camera. I didn't even take my mirrorless. And then I took some of her and her hubby, and I think this is my favorite one. The two of them, so sweet. But yeah, so this is Teresa, and she's the one that's sick. So if you want to add her to your prayer list, I'll be greatly appreciative. And then I tell Jay, because we're going to take a selfie of us, and I tell him, hold the camera up high. And this is what he does.
I love it.
That
She looks
high.
very concerned back there.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, he's just
What
aggravating.
are you doing?
Yeah.
He's just
And the
doing what
wind,
he can to drive me nuts.
the wind was blowing like crazy, so you can't, it looks like I had got a haircut. Like,
Oh, wow, it does.
yeah,
Making
like,
it
nope.
fun.
Yeah. Okay, so
Been
hear
stopped
that.
holding the candle for selfies because every time his arms are longer than mine, so I'm always like, why don't you do it for once? Every time he does, not where the person you can see is because he's so much taller. He's like,
Ooh,
at least when you do it, you get both our heads kind of cropped in there. When I do it, I end up only with those.
right.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
you're kind of going in and out for me. It's doing that little I don't know. Sounds like there's a bug in the connection.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, so am I doing that too? Is that what you're hearing when I talk?
Nope.
So it
I
could
am
be
not
just
hearing that from you.
all right. So it's
I'm
probably my
sorry, guys.
connection.
Nope. Lisa says it's me.
Oh, well, we're all trying to use the internet. Everybody in the United States of America.
Yeah. Well, and it's 6 p.m. my time. So everybody, is done pretending to work for the day
Yes.
and getting on the computer. And like, this is when my son and my husband usually get on the internet or get on the video games because everybody's on the
Oh,
video games right now. So they're
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
They're not. But yeah,
I know.
this tends to be when I stay off the internet.
Right. You're like,
I'm
oh,
like,
isn't this a cute paper? How cute is that?
aw.
I want to keep that orange in there because the orange of my shirt, but let's. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. I'm going to use it like a journaling spot, I think. How cute.
I like all the frames. They're really cute.
I'll just grab a little bit more orange. Yeah, little reddish orange pinky. Yeah, I like that. Oh, there's some great patterns. Check out this one with all the butterflies. Oh, my grandma would have loved that one.
Aw,
She loved the
that's
butterflies.
adorable.
All right, I think I want to do like a vertical strip, maybe. I need something. I think I need something to kind of break the eye a little bit. Let's see what this one is. And that's
Yeah,
yellow.
Jennifer, our internet's busy all the time too, but I find that it's still worse. And I don't know if it's just people are using more things at that point of the night or what. Weird.
Okay.
It's only 1 p.m., just after 1 p.m. for Jennifer, okay, in New Zealand, but it's Thursday. And I'm like, well, it's just after 6, so we're only 5 hours apart, but it's really we're like 5 hours and a day apart.
Right. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Oh,
I needed just a little something to break that up,
aw,
right?
I like it.
Just a little bit of white. Drink.
That's such a cute picture. Which phone do you have?
It is the Google Pixel 3 XL, and Olivia has the 4 XL. That's right. Yeah.
Do you think there's much difference in photos?
She sometimes says she thinks mine takes better than hers, but
Mm.
I don't know if that's true or not. But oh, look at this paint. Y'all know I'm a sucker for paint.
Yes, you are. Yeah, I have a Motorola Lisa. My camera is pretty good. It's an S5 though, so I noticed my husband's is definitely better than mine is. But I actually got mine because of the I didn't want all the bloatware that comes with a lot of phones, and then I wanted the better camera, and I didn't have the money for a Pixel at the time.
I had
Hey,
the
just add something nice. I like it.
Moto Z-Force,
Mm-hmm.
the one that you could add it snapped onto the back. You could add a camera, an extra battery pack.
The speaker.
Yes, and it was like a projector. You could do a projector as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I really loved it, but it started doing this funny little cycle where it would just turn off and on repeatedly, like infinitely. You couldn't get it to stop, and it's apparently a known issue with that phone, so that's why I moved over um, to the Pixel, and I'm very glad I did because I mean they're both great phones, but the Pixel's pictures are just really incredible.
That is said like such a scrapbooker. I don't care how the phone quality is or how well it works in anything, but the pictures. Let me tell you what the
Yeah,
pictures do.
well, it's
But you know
true
what's funny?
because
That's how I buy a phone too. I compare all the pictures online to see what people are posting and stuff.
da, da, da.
So it's
Yeah,
totally true, Cheryl.
well, because you always have your phone with you, and if you can take really nice pictures, then um, yeah, why not? Okay. Ooh, tape paint flare.
Yeah, Lisa,
Mm.
absolutely. You might as well, right? I mean, I am one who carries my DSLR a lot, but I do have to say there are times, like lately, it's been mostly cell phone photos.
Yeah.
I don't think I picked up my DSL at all last week, and I felt so bad about it because I'm like, no, now's the perfect time to practice. So I've been
Well,
trying
it
to make
is,
myself pick it up,
especially
but
the weather is so nice,
mhm.
great time to be out and trying to do your things.
See, no,
Right.
no, 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 no. The weather is not nice to be outside right now.
Oh, is it too hot?
Oh, today we were at 98.
Oh, I always forget. I'm
We
so
went from
sorry.
75 to 90. And I'm like, excuse me, where did the 80s go? Like, where did the high 70s go in the 80s? Like, those are my perfect days. And they're like gone. Yeah, Lisa's like, nope, no, it's not. No, I know. I mean, you want to talk about a bummer. Nick and I were saying that's been the biggest bummer of this whole thing is all of our stay-at-home orders when our parks and everything were closed was during the part that our weather is usually the most beautiful. Like it's the time when we get outside. And I'm
Right.
like, yeah. And being a homeschooler, I've always been able to, oh, let's go do this park and that park and let's go see, we were thinking of going out to Moab and stuff before everybody opened for the summer. And we're like, yeah, no. Oh, Lisa, I always whine if I have to turn my AC on in April. Absolutely. I'm like, no, May 1st. And it's going to
Oh
be off
no,
by September 30th.
our AC has been on for a long time. Long time,
You have the
people.
humidity to deal with, though. And I think that would
Yeah,
probably change it
it's
for
pretty
me.
bad.
But I mean, we're so dry. The problem is it gets hot and it doesn't move. It
Yeah.
just stays hot. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's not the nice time to get out if you're poor me or Lisa.
Poor guys. I'm so sorry. I
Now,
mean, it was in the
Jennifer,
90s yesterday and today, so.
mhm. It would be nice, I think, except we don't have a ton of shade because there's not a lot of shady trees that seem to be very common in this area. So
Right.
there's like our little park area has some shade trees, but even then they're just like on the edges. They're not like in the middle. And all the official parks, like that's just our green space, but all the official parks, they're not open, so you can't go hang out in their shade.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's supposed to drop back down, and I'm hoping it does because I don't want to stay at 95 already. It's too hot.
It's too hot.
Jennifer,
Okay.
you should be sliding into fall, right? To cooler days and sweaters. It's
That
6:30
always
and
freaks
still
me out.
95. I'm sorry, Lisa. Let's see. What is my temperature? 98. It is 6:27 p.m. and I am still at 98 degrees. I hadn't even looked
Yay.
because I didn't want to be so sad about it. Oh, it's actually funny because our high this is something I did not expect. I know this is such a weird thing to talk about with the weather, but nobody else is talking to me. So we're going to talk about the weather. But
No. They're not saying anything, are they?
no, they're not. Lisa is, but everybody else I think went to sleep. Oh, Jennifer did. Jennifer said she has a hot water bottle in bed last night. Ooh. I like to sleep with a heating pad at night when it's cool because I like having warm toes or I have a hard time falling to sleep. But okay, so Kim, this is what my story was going to be. Technically, it cools down at night. Now, right now, with everything shut down, it is cooling down at night more than it does every other summer that I've been here. But sometimes because it used to be it would only cool down at night because of all the pavement and all and everything. It only cooled down 5 to 10 days. So not enough that you're just
Yeah.
like our high today was 98 degrees and I was like, oh, and like 2:00 it was, oh, hey, look, we're only at 95. Oh, good, we're just going to stay under that high. We're not going to get close to 100. No, I forget that it gets hotter as the day goes on and it doesn't start to cool down until later.
You're like, no.
That's why I'm just like, wait a second, it was 95 at 2 and now it's 98 at 6. This is not okay. But when my husband
not
goes to work
good.
in the morning at 7 a.m., like, 65, 70, probably 70. Well, how low our low is supposed to be. Probably only like 75. So it'll be like a nice chilly quote 75 degrees at 7 a.m. And then it just like skyrockets and I just don't understand it.
You're like, why?
Oh,
It's
Lisa,
too
that's
hot.
nice to get the beach coolness drift in. I used to love that when I lived in Canada because I lived right off the Great Lakes. I mean, not right off. We lived far enough away. It was like a half-hour drive, 20-minute drive. But it was awesome because we'd get the lake effect during the winter. So our winters were a lot more milder because the lake effect would help out with that. Oh, Janelle, where is he coming from to come down to UNLV? Is he coming from a place where you get Ford? Oh, he's going to be in for a shock. He's coming from Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
We have 3 seasons here. Hot, hotter, and nice.
Yeah.
And nice happens in like January, February.
You're like,
Oh,
why?
he just bought a convertible. Yeah. Oh, and his first year here, he'll love it. Like once it cools down enough that he's not so hot, he'll be laughing because all these people will walk around and okay, I grew up in the north. I grew up north of, where we had falls and winters and snow and stuff. So even now, after 4 years, I'm just starting to get to the point where I'll get cold in the winter. But the first year I moved here, I was laughing because all these people are walking around wearing like the puffy jackets and stuff. And it was still like 55 degrees out. And I'm like, guys, this isn't cold yet. I'm like, I'm still wearing my flip-flops and I have like a sweatshirt on. And I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, why are you all wearing these puffy jackets in winter, like bundled up as much as possible?
Right.
So the first year's always the best because you're still used to the cold winters. This is like, this is nothing. But the summer will kill you because it'll hit 80 and you're like, I'm dying. And people are like, yeah, wait till it gets to 110. And you're like, yeah, 100 feels good.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
remember visiting and being surprised at the lack of humidity.
yes.
Um, like um, I think I would look much older than I do uh, if I lived there because um, my skin turned into like leather. It was
Yes.
nuts.
I say that
Nuts.
all the time to people. I'm like, my hands, I told my husband, I'm like, we got to move because my hands are starting to look like old lady hands. I'm
Well,
like,
that's happening here because of the hand washing business. It's killing
yeah,
me. It's killing me. You're
that
doing me
makes
small.
sense. Mine happens here because, and I go through lotion. Like, I didn't know anything could be drier than Utah. And then I moved here and I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put on lotion and then I'm like, did I even put on lotion? Like, my hands just soaked it all in. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm one of those weird souls that really enjoys humidity, Lisa. And Cheryl always laughs at me when I say that, but I do. I mean, yeah, I hate in the middle of summer where you walk outside and you're like, I just showered and now I feel like I need another one. But
Yeah,
I
that's
do
the
like it
thing.
when it's a little bit better, you know.
There's nothing worse than, spending time getting ready and then you're like, all right, then we're ready for another shower. It's why we
Yeah.
essentially hibernate around here. Well, except
Yeah.
for my husband. He loves being outside. He loves to be warm. And
hmm
I'm like, you go for it. We're going to let you enjoy that.
Well, and that's why I laugh because people are like, you let your kid play video games in the summer? Shouldn't he be out with his friends? And I'm like, dude, his friends are inside too. You don't send your kid outside when it's 105 degrees outside. They roast. I'm like,
Yes.
but in the winter, in February, when all your kids are inside, bundled up playing their video games, my kid will be outside riding his bike. So it
Yeah,
all works out in the end.
it does.
Michelle, I bet that is why you bundled up much more in winter for your first decade. You get used to it, but it takes a little bit of time. She moved from Southern California to Virginia. My poor
Oh,
son, oh
yes.
my gosh, we took him to Utah. Was it Utah last year for winter? Oh no, it was when we were up on our little trip that we did in the end of September. And as we were finishing up, it kind of dropped in some of the places. And we stayed in just outside of Denver. So we were way up high in the mountains. And it was freezing because it was like 40 degrees or something like that. And he was like freezing. He's like, I can't handle this. It's so cold. I need a winter jacket. And like is wrapping like 4 layers around him. And I'm like, oh, my poor little Vegas baby. You are so spoiled by the warm
He
weather. You
doesn't
don't know how to handle it
know.
anymore.
He just
Because I just
doesn't
don't like
know.
driving in the snow. So we usually don't go to Utah in the winter anymore. Because why? Why should I drive in the snow when I can stay here where it's tepid?
Right.
Exactly.
Oh.
Stay in the warm weather. Although I told my husband if it's going to go up and stay at over 100, I might escape to Utah for a little bit.
Right.
I'm like, hey, I can handle their 80, 85. Much better than my 105.
All
30 to
right.
50% humidity is good, Lisa. I like that. This is just Jaimee's May Storyteller kit, Jennifer.
Yeah, I think she buys all the storyteller kits, doesn't she?
She used to. Maybe. I do. That paper with all the frames is really cute. You look done, Cheryl.
I am done.
All right. You were quick tonight.
Well, yeah. Yeah, compared to the other day. Wow. I was like really struggling.
I just figured you're impressed, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I've made a few layouts, and so now, you do get faster if it had been a while since I'd scrapped anything.
Well, and you did how many and how long? Shorter time. I mean,
Yeah,
we
Friday,
did.
Saturday, Monday.
Yeah, and you were scrapping on Saturday too and
Yeah,
Sunday. So
yeah,
you did a ton. Oh, yep. Jennifer said it'll be in the stuff she unzipped over the weekend. It will be. It'll be a nice little
Yeah,
surprise. She'll be like, oh, that's the paper Cheryl scrapped with.
it's like, oh yay. Oh, I mean, it's just jam-packed full of stuff. It's great. Great bargain for, scrapping a lot of different things because there's stuff for, you know, May Day and Mother's Day and just everyday stories.
Lisa's still unzipping. Janelle's still unzipping. Is this where I admit I still have something to do? So
You
don't worry,
still
at
have
least you guys
something
are
to
seeing unzipped.
download?
Yeah, it was having an issue when I was trying to download something. So I was like, oh, the order went through. I'll go back and download it later. So
Yeah.
I snoozed it until tomorrow because I figured by tomorrow, it'll be relaxed and it'll be happy for me to go in for sure.
Right.
I didn't count on everybody else being on the internet.
You're like, please get off.
Please go away.
Okay, well, I think I am going to wrap it up early tonight just because I have
A lot
lots
on
to
your mind.
do. A lot on my mind and lots to do tonight before I head out early in the morning to get her
Makes sense.
to the hospital. But yeah. So any prayers for my mom Sue would be greatly appreciated. All right. I'm gonna stop this recording. So goodbye, recording.